Hello everyone, this is Ilarian and we're in the Silent Depth, the mobile version of the game that was played recently by Wolfpack and Stealth. I'm not going to try and guess the numbers behind those two names, but those are the YouTubers who guessed about the Silent Depth and its relation to the mobile devices. Well, let's continue with the game. I have been playing this a while back, and let's continue. We're going towards the Saipan. I'll check the stores for the visibility poor, water depth. The water depth might be a bit exaggerated. This is the one beef I have with this game. There is no bottoming of the submarine. But the information about when the broadside is visible is good. When the end-on position and direction is also useful, but it's a small target, and let's continue. It's 1:34 a.m. however, so it's night time. I have 6 torpedoes in the forward tubes, and I have probably that's it. I have 8 in the aft reserves. So everything else is okay. Well, let's go to the mission. I'm going to add the waypoint here, and I'll go flank speed for a while. I'm increasing the volume for a while, but this voice cut was used in the series The Silent Service first episode. It was taken from that episode, like many other voice cuts that were used. So let's see. As you can see, this outlook of this game is similar to what the Silent Depth 2, the PC version, which the two YouTubers were using, looked like. The one thing that I am not very happy about is that in this game mode, and then I mean this game, not the game mode, the submarine's underwater engine sound is not present. There is no sound. In this case, the Crash Depth 2 is better, because you can hear the electric motors being active. You can hear the outside ambience, when you're going silent, when you have all your engines off. This is something that this game doesn't have. I'm not saying that it's a bad game.
Brake for silent running.
But it could have been used a bit better. Okay. Let's see. Considering that, yeah, this is the target. I'm going to have to
Brake for silent running.
turn a little bit because my target is relative to my direction on the 70 degrees angle. So I need to position myself in a manner that will get the enemy dead ahead of me. There we go. Now, this is the underwater attack, so they have probably not detected me. I'm about 528 yards away from the target ship. I'm decreasing the angle at which the submarine is turning. Maybe just a little bit more. But when I reach the 0 degrees angle, let's just put it this way: torpedo, fire. Fire 1 and fire 2. It's a small freighter, so one torpedo might be able to get it sunk, but sometimes that might not happen. So it's sometimes better to just use one more. The first one didn't really sink her, but the second one did sink the ship. Okay, surface. There we go. We've successfully surfaced the boat, and we've sunk the 8,000-ton merchant. Now, there is one thing that this game has in the mobile version. I'm not certain if it does in the PC version as well. You can decide to take the port of Wake Island for the resupply, or you can retreat home to Midway, where the submarine home base is located. Small target again, 2 minutes past midnight. Visibility is good. I'll probably need to make it an underwater attack, but maybe it will not be quite such a problem. Let's add a waypoint and let's just put the submarine on the intercept course. I'm about 3 and a little bit more miles away. I'm not an American, so I don't really have a very clear picture how many kilometers that is. But let's just put it this way. If this is an English type submarine game, I'll roll with it for now. I do prefer the German submarines in this manner because I at least know about the metric system. Those imperial or freedom units, which by the way is quite interesting. The Americans, who were a colony, or should I say a group of colonies, of the British Empire, which was the imperial entity, using the imperial system, broke away from that empire because they wanted to be free, and they used and continue to use the imperial system as the freedom system. But the empire, which has stood for many hundreds of years before that, switched to the metric system. And the Americans keep using the imperial system in a proud tradition of them being free. And I find that hilarious. Now I think that I've got a small problem. I'll have to check it out, but it seems that the merchant is running an almost parallel course to me. But it has sufficient speed to be able to run away from me. However, since this encounter is taking place in a rain squall, while there is a good visibility, I think that I will be able to witness the merchant's destruction. Unlike the historical events, this submarine simulator does not really feature as many dud torpedoes. At least I haven't noticed many of them. One torpedo and the second. The second torpedo managed to sink the ship. So small merchants take 2 torpedoes to sink. Now, I have tried to sink some of the ships with insufficient number of torpedoes, but the game doesn't really use the flooding to its advantage in this game. It's not like the real life where the flooding could, over time, manage to sink the ship. Also the submarine, of course. But now let's surface the submarine. Another 8,000 tonner. Okay. I think I've shown some of this. Oh, small target. I guess I can do this one as well. Okay.
Negative flooding.
Now the phrase that was used here was negative flooding, but it is so quickly spoken that much of the phrase has been, well, I could say lost. If you're not familiar with the series, The Silent Service, which this phrase list of the game was taken after, or should I say, was cut out from the first episode. If you're familiar with those, you will clearly notice where the phrases were used. This negative flooding phrase was used when the submarine had to go avoid the depth charge attack. because the destroyers started seeking them out. Of course, the destroyers never did manage to sink the submarine. It managed to evade, maybe not completely unscathed, but the submarine managed to run away after the attack on the merchant fleet was done. Now that was in the region of Tokyo Harbor, I believe. I'll have to watch this episode myself. But as it is, this was my representation of this game. Thank you for your attention. If you wanted to watch this, of course, you can always click a like. Subscribe is not mandatory because this is my hobby channel. I am just doing this for my own enjoyment, and if somebody finds it interesting, fine. If not, no problem. This is the USS Angler submarine, of course, and I've been welcomed to Wake Port. Of course, I can continue to Midway. Like I said, there is a chance to resupply with the torpedoes at Wake Island instead of the Midway. I have not tried to actually use the Japanese flag right there. And I've been welcomed to Midway. The Midway is heard from above. It also has the same animation around with those flyovers of the Navy planes. The Navy planes patrols. Okay. Like I said, have fun, and I'll see you next time.